Hi, welcome to my video showing what sort of service you can accept from GTX Gaming, aka GTX Billing. I'm going to whip through this quickly because I don't want to bore you too much. But this full ticket will be available to read for you to read in full. What you'll be able to see here, obviously you can see this is GTX Billing's domain. And we have, since we've had the box, had problem after problem after problem after problem. Same thing, box needs reboot. Basically, all our pings keep going through the roof, and the server throws absolute wobbler, and to the point I can't remote desktop connect. So as you can see, that's what I'm raising here. I managed to get in, but I couldn't see anything, but we still had game pings. This goes on. Now I'm going to just highlight points here. They don't actually answer any of my query here, which is to look into the box or clean install. We need a reboot for now just to get us moving, but they did the reboot, told us how to reboot, but it completely ignored it. So we go on, the bill payer confirms, yep, we want it doing, and then as I'm trying to get them to do this, they're just doing one-line answers. I'm trying to get better communication. They're telling me a Windows installation takes a Windows 7 installation takes 4 hours. Obviously, it's not correct. Anyone who's installed Windows knows a lazy one does it in 2. So here, I'm answering their queries, and I asked them to this point here. This is the second time I've asked them, for a day. So I gave up. I gave them the day. As soon as I gave them the day, they give me a day 3 days earlier by completely ignoring why I needed that amount of time ahead, which was backups and things like that. This goes on and on and on, and here, after I give them all this, as you can see by these dates here, they didn't reply for over a week. This is me then following up, and all it did was tell me something I already knew. It was assigned to someone. They now want the flexibility to do it when they want. We keep trying to tell them that we want it down early because of our peak times. So I get a bit frustrated with them because they keep calling me Shane when my name is Paul. And that's clearly indicated by all my posts. You can see my name and my online name. So here I'm giving a blow by blow of what's gone on so far on this ticket and my annoyance. Tell them no, you cannot have it in your flexibility, especially when it takes them 4 hours to do so. Why are you asking for permission from Shane again? You already have it. Now I'll give him a date. Again, 3 days later, no response. That's it. All payments on hold. No less than 6 minutes later, from me telling them your payments are on hold, they're threatening us. Saying that our server will be cancelled, formatted and resold to a new customer. I said, well, I thought that might get your attention. Why is it taking 3 days to reply? If you're not interested in the business, I can just move it. You know what I mean? Rather than having this mess. And again, confirm it's me because I forgot to put my thing down here. That's less than a minute later. I get an apology that he's sorry that I feel I've had a bad service. Well, not apologising for the bad service they're given, but apologising that I feel I've had a bad service. Typical silliness. I decided to try and move on. So I just say, right, okay, apology accepted. Can move date, move forward. It's now getting urgent because I've just secured a new daytime job, so I want to get this done before I go back to work. He wants to install it right there and then. Ask for an ETA in the method. There's 2 things I need to back up, but they're very, very quick and easy to back up. It says do the backups this time installing it. So I do the backups. We state at this point, once you've sorted the issue, we'll pay the invoice. We're clearly stating that once you've done it, we'll pay the invoice. And then after saying he would do it, shall I start now or tomorrow to minimise downtime? So he's not doing something he said he was going to do. So I just said, right, tomorrow afternoon. I didn't want it in the afternoon because that starts as peak for us. Well, I wouldn't say it's the peak, but that's when it starts getting busy. Our peak is actually between 6 p.m. onwards. So we've agreed now in the afternoon. They tells me not to reply, and then this makes me laugh. He forgot about it. Sorry. Great. So comes the next day when he's got his reminder now. Bearing in mind now he's pushing right into our, that's now going to hit our full peak time because they take 4 hours. It's now 3:45. I've got to do my work once it's done, so we're going to be having pretty much a night's downtime on our peak times. So they're clearly ignoring everything I tell them. And then it goes on to this monetary value. Bill payer gets involved, says, I told you I'll pay for it when it's done, but we're not going to pay for something that's not working, basically. So then we get this shocking one. What OS is it you want reinstalling? After they'd already discussed earlier they were just doing an overwrite. So I point that out. So this guy again asks what OS, etc. And again starts calling me bloody Shane. It's Windows 7, I say, put my name in capitals, and lo and behold, hi Shane again. As the ticket, he was dealing with the ticket, I'll assign it to him after saying this is his day off. So we knew it weren't getting done that day. So now this is the account holder, the bill payer here, saying, you know, what's going on, you're passing us around. Once the work's done, we'll pay the invoice. Until then it's on hold. Then they start threatening us again, saying that there's people waiting for the box. Offers to start his month from that date. It offers us nothing because the invoice is due anyway. So what we get, 4 days free? Wow, yeah, that's compensation for the absolute mess around, isn't it? So then I get them to clarify exactly what they're saying. Point out that they didn't check the box properly before they handed it over to us, because I found stuff running obviously and there's errors, and that they want us to pay an invoice that was not due before the invoices. Again, I'll follow up within 2 minutes to let them know it's not the bill payer, it's the person doing the work. Let them know I've contacted the solicitor and that we could refund all payments because it's not been fit for purpose. And I've made multiple attempts with them, and it's clear from the ticket they've not made any effort, which they haven't. They've done nothing to resolve the issue except keep asking these questions and whilst ignoring ours. He's saying the server has worked because he's got bandwidth logs. Bandwidth logs don't mean anything. That just means traffic's been going in and out. It doesn't mean the quality of that traffic has been any good. You know, and now he wants a £20 deposit. And asked me why I thought it was such a liberty for them to ask for the for them to ask us to pay the invoice. Simply tell them because I raised it on the 4th and it's now the 24th and you've not done anything. Had they acted in a reasonable time, we'd have been back up and running. This wouldn't even be an issue. And I clarify what I said. So in this case, I tell them, you know, they've given me no reason to think if I pay the £20 that they're actually going to do the work. So if we end in this loop of another 20 days, you know, they've taken our money for nothing. So it goes on here, and I couldn't agree with what they were saying. Within 20, they're trying to tell me that within 20 days they couldn't have pre-booked a 10 AM start. Absolute codswallop. So against what I would like, the bill payer just wanted this sorting, and he is the leader of the community, so I have to respect his wishes. So I persevere with them and I say, right, we'll pay the deposit on the following conditions. Now they agree a day and it's a 10 AM start, and we want a written guarantee that you'll do it basically. So he says he can agree apart from the 10 AM. So bear in mind that means he's agreed to everything I've said here bar the 10 AM start, and he gives me latest I can start latest midday 12. I agree. Date. Give him some info about like my circumstances. Says on the Wednesday he can do it then. This will guarantee faster because he hands on the server. Right, so I say Wednesday it is. It says thanks, we confirm accidentally twice that we've paid the deposit. They just confirm they put it as a credit on our account. We confirm on the day. Once you've done it, like, lads, we're happy to pay the invoice. 2 hours and 40 minutes after they're due to start, they're confirming that we want the server reinstalled. So, yes, I can confirm you've not started the work. And it goes on, and they try and copy bits here. He's like, well, try copying this as if he only said Wednesday. Well, I'm like, well, let's copy paste it all. This is not acceptable. We paid the deposit based on the agreed time and date. They asked me if I've backed up the files. I'm like, well, of course I have, because I agreed with them to get it done at 12. It's 6:20. 10 minutes to explain yourself. They didn't, so I said, right, I want the deposit back. They say, I'm doing this now. We weren't sure what it was they were doing. Next thing we know, it's 8 PM at our absolute peak time now, where everyone's on, every of our services are being used. They've just took us down to start reinstalling it against everything else we've put in here, saying he had car trouble. I find that hard to believe, because they contacted us after 2 PM. Why didn't you let us know then? They didn't. Sorry, I've had to flick past there. This is them putting the box back up. I've gone to bed because I'm far too tired. I've got up in the morning, nothing's going on, and as you can see here, 9:31, 10:30, 11 o'clock. They're just not replying. They're not replying, and as you can see, I'm just refreshing here. Still nothing. So if you're thinking about using GTX,